Far out in the cold, dark waters of North Atlantic, a massive steel structure once stood, miles away from the land, surrounded by nothing but the endless ocean. It was called Texas Tower 4, and what happened here remains one of the most haunting tragedies in the US military history. In the early 1950s, during the peak of the Cold War, America was desperate to detect Soviet bombers long before they reached its coast. The US Air Force came up with an ambitious idea to build massive radar platforms deep in the ocean, just like the oil rigs of Texas. That's how they got their name, Texas Towers. Each one was a combination of engineering genius and absolute madness. Texas Tower 4 was the farthest and the most dangerous of them all. Built roughly 80 miles southeast of Long Island, the tower stood on three massive steel legs anchored to the ocean floor, a lonely sentinel above an unforgiving sea. It was designed to house over 70 men, engineers, radar operators, and Air Force technicians, living weeks at a time completely isolated. But no one, not even the engineers, truly understood how deadly that isolation would become. From the very beginning, Tower 4 was plagued with problems. The waves were stronger than predicted. The metal structure swayed violently in the storms, sometimes moving several feet side to side like a floating skyscraper. Inside, everything rattled: plates, tools, beds, even the walls. The men joked at first, calling it the shakiest hotel in the Atlantic, but soon the laughter faded, because every day the shaking got worse. They sent dozens of reports back to command, describing cracks, bent beams, and broken wells. One radio message read, "The towers feel like it's coming apart. We can hear it twisting." But the Air Force dismissed it as exaggeration. They believed that the tower was strong enough to withstand anything. They were wrong. By late 1960, Tower 4 was in critical condition. Engineers on land begged for it to be evacuated, but bureaucracy moved slowly. The Air Force was more concerned about losing a radar station than saving a few lives. And then came January 14, 1961. A brutal winter storm formed over the Atlantic. Winds roared past 100 miles an hour. Waves climbed over 60 feet high, hammering the tower again and again. The men inside were terrified. They called in constant distress signals, reporting leaks and vibrations. One final message came through that night: "The legs are cracking. We are taking on water. Please, get us out." And then silence. No more messages, no radar signal, no response. At approximately 7:30 p.m., the tower's main leg snapped from its base. Witnesses from a nearby ship later reported seeing the massive structure tilt, slowly at first, then violently, until it disappeared beneath the black ocean in seconds. 28 men went down with it, their bodies never found. For hours, the waves carried twisted metal and floating debris. Rescue teams searched desperately, but there was nothing left, just oil slicks, silence, and the smell of steel. The official report claimed structural weakness, poor construction, and extreme weather, but many who survived on other towers said they had warned command for months. They said the tower was doomed long before the storm even hit. In the following weeks, every other Texas tower was evacuated. The entire program was shut down. Texas Tower 4 became a ghost story among the Air Force, a warning told to new recruits about arrogance, isolation, and the price of being ignored. Fishermen near the site later claimed to hear faint signals on their radios, weak beeps, static, and sometimes fragments of human voice. They said it sounded like a distress call coming from somewhere deep beneath the sea. Of course, most people don't believe those stories, but those who served on the other towers say they still dream of that night, the wind, the waves, and the screams over the radio. Texas Tower 4 was built to watch over the ocean, but in the end, no one was watching over them. 28 men lost their lives on January 14, 1961. Their bodies were never recovered. Texas Tower 4 remains on the ocean floor, a silent tomb beneath the waves.